guys, how's it hanging? What is the worst thing you have ever done? Tell me about your guilt goblin. This is a question I asked you guys to answer, and a ton of you, 50,000 of you actually, to be exact, answered. And in celebration of my favorite holiday, just around the corner, Halloween, we are going to release the goblins. Because, I mean, really, what's scarier than the mistakes we've made? Release the goblins! I stuffed pads, used, in my giant bear when I didn't want to throw them out because I was a lazy bitch. Oh! I can't even bear the journey from my underwear to the trash can when I am wearing a pad, and you're like doing taxidermy, shoving that shit in your stuffed animal. That's disgusting. Once I saw a dead bird, I picked it up and shoved it in my bag, walked to school, and I proceeded to chase a couple of girls with it in my hands. I took pleasure in it. When will your fave? Once, when I was at a party, everyone was mixing pills into their drinks. I was too scared to do it to my own, so I mixed my 3 Xanax into my friend's drink and she overdosed. First off, yikes. Secondly, what a cliffhanger. What does that even mean, she overdosed? Is she dead? Am I being insensitive by asking? I don't know. I threw a condom full of water at my really religious neighbor. Them called him a virgin. He was like 40. I was like 6. Are you still 6? Because you can't spell. A lot of you cannot spell. I think that's the saddest part of this entire series, really, is how illiterate most of you are. Alright, moving on. The worst thing I ever did was have sex with my older sister. I'm behind paid to be friends with some chick, but I actually like being her friend, and I told her about everything, and turns out my mother was paying her to be my friend, but it's fine because she's a little bitch anyways. Wait, so are you behind in payments? Me to my friend.
You're actually a few months behind, Kayla, so I can't go to the movies with you this Thursday.
I'm getting mixed feelings as well. You say you actually like being her friend, and then you say, but it's fine because she's a little bitch anyways. So I think you need to sort those emotions out. And thirdly, your mother pays your friends. I don't know what I think about this. You know, it's like, on one hand, your mom loves you. She obviously cares about you. On the other hand, that's not normal. 2 years ago, my mom was dating this guy and he had a son 1 year older than me. I was 15, he was 16, and we had a thing for each other and had sex multiple times. Oh, and on our parents' bed, but that was only sometimes. Oh my god. I told this kid that I was his friend only so I can cut him in line in the cafeteria on pizza day. When I was younger, I made my sister cry on purpose just so I could comfort her. I think there's a name for what you're doing. Disorder where you make people sick to help them. Munchausen syndrome. Yeah, look into it. You might have it. I f***ed my dog. Haha, JK, my dog f***ed me. Haha, JK. I don't think you are kidding, but this person continues. Maybe the worst thing was me stealing a Dora Silly Band, just one, that was out of the Silly Band package from a store. I have another confession. I stole a pencil cap off of the gigantic pencils they had at a Staples and put it in my pocket. Then okay, so did you f*** your dog or what? Because I don't care about this petty thievery. Leave a comment down below. Accidentally pushed my dog into a chair and cried about it for 3 hours straight because I felt so awful about it. We love the 3% of you who feel remorse. I used my dad's credit card to buy an $83 backpacking bag because I thought I was going to go camping, but it never happened. Now the bag is just in my closet, still in the Amazon box. I should sell it, but I might use it, so sorry, Dad. I don't know. There are worse things you could buy. There are worse things you could buy than a backpacking bag. I made my cousin piss in his mom's cup of tea. What the f***? She didn't drink it, so I guess it's good. She did, however, die 3 years later. I still hate myself for that. How could I be such a So you don't feel bad because the PT killed her, because the PT didn't kill her because she didn't drink it. But you feel bad because you made her son, the son of a now deceased woman, pee in his own mother's beverage. I've stolen money from my job, but who hasn't, right? Plus, my boss was a I haven't. I think a lot of people haven't. I stole $300 from my grandma and I convinced her she lost it. She's also 78. Oops. Oh my god, why am I laughing? Taking advantage of the elderly is not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. My mom walked in on me with my pants down, off, and she asked what you was doing. And I said my was burning, and long story short, I ended up in the emergency room for 4 hours just for the doctor to tell my mom that I was probably lying to not be embarrassed. Oh no! No! I lied to my grandma and said that I was gonna hang out with my friend, but then in reality, my boyfriend came and picked me up instead, and then my grandma called me and asked if she could talk to my friend's mom, and my boyfriend faked her mom's voice, and she believed it. So lit. It is not lit to lie to your elders. TBH, I'm not guilty about this, but once I saw a letter from the dentist that I was gonna need a checkup, I threw it away so my mom didn't see it. I love when I get a wholesome comment like this because it's so rare. Like right below that, we see, hopped on my brother's and my kind of now, he calls me a What? I was getting by my girlfriend during Thanksgiving dinner. Winky face. Ha! So you were getting stuffed? Like a Thanksgiving turkey? Ew! Probably in the bed next to my sleeping grandfather. He be like, I put Nair in a girl's shampoo while I was sleeping over because she is a horrible person. She went bald and is now homeschooled and she doesn't know I did it. I stole my mom's vibrator and never gave it back to her, but she obviously didn't ask because that would just be hella awkward. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I put more hamburger helper on my plate and gave my brother less. He still doesn't know. Sucker. That's bad. I stole a $14 map from a gas station accidentally. That's an expensive map. The price tag on that map is more of a crime than your accidental thievery. Okay, so when I was 11, I found a live streaming app and I used it to misbehave when I was bored at 3 a.m. I deleted all videos after a week, but 5 months later, my mom picked me up from school to take me to a building. She didn't tell me why. The video had been put up on a foreign child porn website and I was at the FBI office. They questioned me for 3 hours to find who put the video there and what I knew. I lied on every question although I knew the answers. 7 years later and they still haven't found them. It haunts me to this day. Worst thing I've ever done was I killed my dog. Blamed it on my cousin. She went to a mental hospital. I went into my older brother's room looking for his vape, but then I found a pump and I decided to take it, washed it, and used it for myself sometimes. I have it hidden under my bed. He doesn't know I took it and he can't say anything because it is a pump. I hate that this is a literal theme in this video, is like using family members' sex paraphernalia, and you can't get caught because no one wants to talk about it. I came out to my sister at the completely wrong time. I can't even imagine what that means. Like, what was happening to have made that moment the wrong time? Like, you were in a changing room and your sister was getting naked and then you came out to her. I would call that bad timing. Maybe she was having a seizure or she was asleep and so she didn't even hear you, so it was bad timing. You know, there's just lots of different variations of what that could mean, and I'm really curious to know. So leave a comment down below and let us know how you came out to your sister and why it was such a mistake. I'm just curious. Oh! I once masturbated in my brother's room because I wanted a change of scenery. I was kinda turned on, not gonna lie. Oh my god. Oh. Once I went to use my dad's phone to look something up and I saw he was using a dating app while being married to my mom. About a year later, my parents got divorced because my dad had an affair. To this day, I feel really guilty for not telling my mom about what I saw. I watched Monster High without my mom and she loves Monster High. Don't got nothing good. Sorry, girl. I did try my own shit once, but who hasn't, right? I haven't. I haven't. Alright, well I've just about had enough. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you are being for Halloween, because I'm contemplating my costume and I could really use some inspiration. If you want to submit a secret for this series, instead of commenting it down below, submit it anonymously on the Google form that I will have in the description box. That is where I pull the answers for this series. And subscribe / turn my post notifications on because I upload videos every Thursday and you don't want to miss it. I will see you guys next week. Bye.